Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up every day with a smile, not because everything in your life is perfect, but because you've learned how to find joy in just being alive. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds too good to be true, right? We've all been through tough times, faced challenges that felt impossible to overcome. But here's the thing. Joy isn't something that happens to you. It's something you can choose every day. What if I told you that no matter how messy life gets, you can find moments of happiness in the simplest of things? Well, stick with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly how to unlock that daily joy and why it's the key to living your best life. This intro is designed to immediately grab the audience's attention, make them curious, and encourage them to stick around to learn more. It sets the stage for the idea that joy is within their control, regardless of life's challenges. Finding joy in the small moments is a powerful shift in perspective that can change the way we experience life. Too often, we are conditioned to think that joy only comes from big achievements or significant milestones, landing that dream job, getting a promotion, or finally going on that vacation. While these moments are undeniably fulfilling, they're not the only sources of joy. The truth is, joy can be found in the simplest and most ordinary parts of our day-to-day lives if we take the time to notice them. We live in a fast-paced world where we're constantly rushing from one task to the next. In the middle of our busy schedules, we often miss out on the small, quiet moments that could bring us joy. A smile from a stranger while waiting in line, the sound of birds chirping as you sip your morning coffee, or the warmth of the sun on your face during a walk in the park. These are all simple things that many of us overlook, and yet they have the power to brighten our day if we take a moment to appreciate them. The beauty of finding joy in the small moments is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter what stage of life you're in or how much stress you're under. You don't need a grand celebration or an extravagant event to feel joy. Instead, it's about tuning into the present moment, finding gratitude in what's right in front of you, and savoring the small pleasures that life offers. One of the keys to discovering joy in small moments is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present, to truly experience what's happening around you without distraction or judgment. When we are mindful, we're more likely to notice the little things that bring us happiness. It could be as simple as enjoying the aroma of fresh baked bread at a bakery, or taking a deep breath and appreciating the stillness during an early morning sunrise. These moments of presence can trigger a deep sense of joy even when life feels chaotic. We also need to reframe our thinking about what brings us joy. Society often equates joy with luxury, material success, or momentous events. But joy doesn't have to come from things or accomplishments. It can come from the simple act of being alive and aware. Have you ever noticed how children find joy in the most ordinary things? A leaf blowing in the wind, the sound of raindrops hitting a window, or the excitement of jumping in puddles? To a child, these things are pure magic. As adults, we've somehow forgotten how to experience that kind of joy, but we can relearn it. Another way to find joy in small moments is to embrace gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or the things that are going wrong in our lives. But if we shift our focus to the things we do have, we can begin to find joy in even the most mundane aspects of our day. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It might be something as simple as a hot cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a colleague, or the comfort of your own home. These small things, when appreciated, can fill your heart with joy. Sometimes joy is hidden in the things we take for granted. How often do we rush through our routines without really thinking about them? We might be too focused on the next task or the next goal to stop and savor the present moment. But what if, instead of rushing through life, we slowed down and allowed ourselves to truly experience the small joys along the way? A few minutes of quiet time a favorite song playing on the radio, or even a warm hug from a loved one can all be sources of joy if we allow ourselves to be fully present with them. It's also important to remember that joy is not about waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. Life will never be without its challenges or difficulties. However, when we shift our mindset to actively seek joy in the small moments, we begin to see that even on tough days, there are glimmers of happiness waiting to be discovered. Perhaps it's the feeling of accomplishment after a long day of work, or the comfort of a familiar routine that brings us peace. By recognizing these moments, we start to see life through a more positive lens, one that's filled with everyday joy. Ultimately, the small moments are the building blocks of a joyful life. They remind us that joy doesn't have to be something rare or extraordinary. It's right here, all around us, in the details we often overlook. By practicing mindfulness, embracing gratitude, and slowing down to appreciate the present, we can begin to find joy in even the simplest of experiences. And when we do, we realize that joy isn't something we have to wait for. It's something we can create for ourselves every single day. Choosing your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have in your life. It may sound simple, but how you choose to view the world, your circumstances, and even the smallest of challenges can dramatically impact your daily joy. Our mindset shapes our experiences, affects our reactions, and influences how we interpret everything that happens to us. The good news is that regardless of what's going on around us, we have the ability to control how we respond. It's a choice. And when you make a conscious decision to cultivate a positive mindset, it becomes easier to find joy in even the toughest of situations. In life, things rarely go exactly the way we expect them to. We face challenges, setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. Sometimes it feels as though the world is against us, and it's easy to get stuck in a negative mindset. But the truth is, every situation, whether it's good or bad, has the potential to teach us something. It's not about denying the reality of difficult moments, but about choosing how we respond to them. You can either let adversity define you, or you can use it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and ultimately find joy, even in hardship. For example, think about a time when you faced a challenge. Maybe it was something at work, in your personal life, or even with your health. The first reaction might have been frustration, confusion, or even despair. But imagine if, instead of focusing on how difficult the situation was, you shifted your thinking. What if, instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? By approaching a tough situation with this mindset, you take the power back into your own hands. You transform a negative experience into one that pushes you forward, and in doing so, you open the door to joy. You begin to realize that challenges don't have to rob you of happiness. They can actually lead you to deeper fulfillment if you choose to look at them as opportunities. This choice of mindset is something you can practice daily. Every morning when you wake up, you can choose how you want to see the day. Will you approach it with excitement and optimism, or will you dread it, anticipating all the stress and difficulties ahead? You may not be able to control everything that happens in your day, but you absolutely have control over how you react to it. You might not have planned for a flat tire on your way to work or a tough conversation with a friend, but you do have the ability to decide how you're going to handle it. Are you going to let it ruin your mood for the rest of the day? Or will you choose to handle the situation with calm and grace, knowing that setbacks are part of life? It's important to understand that choosing a positive mindset doesn't mean you ignore the struggles or pretend that everything is perfect. It's about making a conscious effort to focus on the positives even when things aren't ideal. It's about training your brain to see the opportunities in the problems, to find the lessons in the challenges, and to recognize the beauty in the mess. When you approach each day with this mindset, you'll find that joy isn't something that's dependent on external circumstances. Joy becomes a choice, a mindset that you carry with you regardless of the chaos around you. One of the most powerful aspects of this mindset shift is that it leads to greater resilience. Life will always present obstacles, and there will always be days that don't go as planned. But when you choose to respond with positivity and an open mind, you build the emotional strength to keep moving forward. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about how you bounce back from it. The more you practice a positive mindset, the more resilient you become, and the more equipped you are to face future challenges with confidence. And as you become more resilient, you begin to experience more joy because you stop allowing the bumps in the road to control your happiness. This mindset also brings a sense of gratitude into your life when you choose to focus on what's going well, even if it's just the small things. You begin to notice how much you have to be thankful for. Gratitude is a key ingredient in finding daily joy. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, and that shift makes a world of difference in how you experience your life. In the end, the power to find joy is within your grasp, and it starts with the choice you make each day, choosing to see the world through a positive lens, to find opportunities for growth and challenges, and to appreciate the little moments that life offers is a decision you can make at any time. When you take control of your mindset, you take control of your joy. And as you continue to make that choice day in and day out, you'll find that joy becomes a natural part of your life, no matter the circumstances. Gratitude is a simple but incredibly powerful tool for finding joy in your daily life. It's something we often hear about, but few people truly understand just how transformative the practice of gratitude can be. We live in a world that often encourages us to focus on what we don't have, what we wish we could change, or what we believe is lacking in our lives. We're constantly told to strive for more, to want bigger things, and to never be content with where we are. But in doing so, we can easily overlook the beauty and the blessings that are already in our lives. Gratitude is the antidote to that mindset. It's about shifting your focus from what's missing to what's already present. And when you do that, something incredible happens. Joy starts to show up in places you never expected. At its core, gratitude is about recognizing the good in your life, no matter how small it may seem. It's easy to take the small things for granted. A warm meal, a comfortable bed, a kind word from a friend. These little moments, when acknowledged, can have a profound impact on how we feel day to day. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to reframe your perspective. When you practice gratitude, you're essentially training your mind to see the positives instead of the negatives. When you wake up in the morning, instead of immediately thinking about the stresses or the task ahead, you can choose to think about the things you're thankful for. Maybe it's the cozy feeling of your sheets, or the fact that you're in good health. It doesn't have to be anything big. The key is to start your day with appreciation. And when you do, you'll quickly notice that your mood shifts. You're not just seeing your day as a list of tasks and responsibilities. You're seeing it as an opportunity to experience the good that already surrounds you. One of the best things about gratitude is that it's a practice that can be built into your daily routine. You don't have to wait for big life-changing events to feel grateful. In fact, the more you practice gratitude, the more you'll notice even the smallest things that can bring you joy. This could be something as simple as the smell of fresh coffee in the morning, the feeling of the sun on your skin, or even the fact that you have a moment of peace in a busy day. As you become more attuned to these moments, you begin to realize how much you have to be thankful for, and in doing so, you start to unlock a sense of contentment and happiness that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to help us through difficult times. It's easy to be grateful when things are going well, But the real magic happens when we can find gratitude even in the midst of hardship. Life isn't always smooth sailing, and sometimes it can feel as though the world is against us. But even in these moments, there's usually something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the support of a friend or family member, the strength you've shown in facing a challenge, or the lessons you've learned through adversity. Finding these silver linings can bring a sense of peace and even joy despite the struggles you're facing. Gratitude doesn't erase hardship, but it can make it more bearable, and it often leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment in the long run. Gratitude also has a ripple effect. When you start practicing gratitude in your own life, it often inspires others to do the same. When you express appreciation for the people around you, whether it's a simple thank you for something small or a heartfelt acknowledgement of their support, it strengthens your relationships and creates a positive environment. Gratitude has the power to connect us, to remind us that we're not alone in our struggles and that we have people in our lives who care for us. This sense of connection deepens the joy we experience because it reinforces the idea that we are part of something greater, that we are supported, and that we are not isolated in our journeys. Additionally, research has shown that gratitude has a direct impact on our well-being. Studies have demonstrated that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, improved physical health, better sleep, and a greater sense of overall happiness. This is because gratitude helps shift the focus from what's going wrong in our lives to what's going right, and it activates the brain's reward system, giving us a sense of satisfaction and contentment. The more we practice gratitude, the more it becomes a natural part of our mindset, and as a result, joy becomes something we're more attuned to. We stop waiting for happiness to come from external circumstances and start realizing that joy is already available to us right now in the things we often overlook. If you want to bring more joy into your life, start with gratitude. It's an incredibly simple practice, but its effects are profound. You don't need to wait for something big to happen to feel grateful. All you need to do is look around you, recognize the good, and start expressing appreciation for what you already have, whether it's in your relationships, your health, your job, or even the little things. Gratitude is the key to finding joy in your daily life. It will help you see the world through a new lens, one that's filled with possibility, contentment, and most importantly, joy. The people we surround ourselves with play a critical role in our overall sense of joy. Whether we realize it or not, the energy of the people around us influences our own energy and mindset. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, drama, or pessimism, it can be incredibly difficult to find and maintain joy. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, who encourage you, and who bring out the best in you, joy becomes a natural part of your daily experience. This is why choosing the right people to have in your life is so important. The company you keep can either drain you or elevate you. And this choice ultimately impacts how much joy you experience in your life. One of the key ways that the people around you affect your joy is through their energy. Every person has an energy that they project, whether it's positive or negative. Positive energy can be infectious, creating an environment where everyone feels lighter, more motivated, and more at peace. Think about the people in your life who make you feel good when you're around them. The friends who always know how to make you laugh. The family members who offer a listening ear, or the colleagues who inspire and encourage you. These are the people who lift your spirits, who make the challenges of life feel a little less heavy, and who help you to see the bright side, even on your toughest days. Being around people like this allows joy to grow within you because their positive energy is contagious, making it easier for you to choose joy in your own life Conversely, when you're surrounded by negativity, it can feel like a constant drain on your energy. Negative people are often quick to criticize, complain, and focus on the problems instead of the solutions. They may have a way of casting a shadow over everything, making even the most exciting experiences feel flat. Over time, spending too much time around these kinds of people can diminish your ability to see the good in life, as their energy can begin to affect your own. If you're constantly exposed to negativity, it becomes harder to feel joy because you start to internalize their outlook and adopt a similar mindset. This doesn't mean that you should cut off all negative people from your life, but it's important to be mindful of how much of their energy you allow into your space. Sometimes setting boundaries or limiting time spent with negative influences can help protect your own emotional well-being. Surrounding yourself with positive energy doesn't just mean avoiding negativity, it also means actively seeking out people who share your values, encourage your dreams, and celebrate your victories. These are the people who will motivate you to be the best version of yourself, who will cheer you on when you're trying something new, and who will remind you of your strengths when you start to doubt yourself. When you build relationships with these types of people, you create an environment where joy is not just possible, but inevitable. They help you stay grounded in the good, even when things get difficult. They help you focus on solutions rather than problems, and encourage you to look for the silver lining in every situation. In addition to providing emotional support, the people you surround yourself with can also have a direct impact on your mindset. Positive, like-minded individuals can help you maintain a healthy perspective on life. They push you to grow, challenge you to think bigger, and remind you that you are capable of more than you might initially believe. They inspire you to reach for your goals and cheer you on when you achieve them, making it easier to feel joy in your accomplishments because you know you have people who truly care about your success. These types of relationships also provide a sense of belonging, which is crucial for our overall happiness. When you feel like you're part of a supportive community, whether it's a group of friends, family, or colleagues, you gain a deep sense of fulfillment that reinforces your daily joy. It's also important to consider how you can be a source of positive energy for others. Joy isn't just something we receive, it's something we give. When you make an effort to bring positivity into the lives of those around you, you're not only helping them feel better, but you're also reinforcing your own sense of joy. Being a kind, uplifting presence for others creates a cycle of positivity and encouragement. It might be as simple as offering a compliment, listening without judgment, or showing up for someone when they need support. These acts of kindness not only brighten someone else's day, but they also bring joy back to you. There's something deeply satisfying about knowing that you've made a positive impact on someone else's life. And this sense of contribution enhances your own happiness. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with are integral to your experience of joy. Positive relationships nurture your happiness, while negative influences can drain it. By consciously choosing to spend time with people who bring light into your life, you open yourself up to a world of joy and fulfillment. The energy that others bring to the table doesn't just affect their own happiness, it directly impacts yours as well. Therefore, it's essential to invest in relationships that uplift, inspire, and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. The right people in your life can be a constant source of joy, making it easier to navigate the ups and downs of life with a smile on your face. Taking time for yourself is often something that gets overlooked in our fast-paced, constantly connected world. We're taught to be productive, to hustle, to always be doing something, but we rarely talk about the importance of simply being. There's a powerful truth that we all need to understand. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you don't make time to recharge, to care for your own mental, emotional, and physical well-being, you'll eventually burn out. When you give yourself the space to rest, to reflect, and to rejuvenate, you're not being selfish. You're investing in your ability to live a fuller, more joyful life. Many of us are constantly in motion, juggling work, family, and other commitments. But in doing so, we often forget that we need to care for ourselves too. It's easy to get caught up in the responsibilities of daily life, and before you know it, weeks, even months pass by without taking a meaningful break. We might feel guilty about taking time off, thinking that we should always be working or that we need to keep pushing forward. However, this kind of mindset only leads to exhaustion, burnout, and a sense of disconnection from ourselves. The truth is, taking time for yourself is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining your health and happiness. One of the most important reasons to prioritize self-care is because it helps you reconnect with yourself. When you're constantly busy, it's easy to lose touch with what you truly need and what makes you happy. We start to become so focused on external demands that we forget to check in with ourselves. Taking time for yourself allows you to pause, reflect, and tune into your own needs. It gives you a chance to ask, what am I feeling right now? What do I need to recharge and feel whole again? Whether it's a quiet walk in nature, reading a book, meditating, or simply sitting in silence. Giving yourself permission to slow down helps you recenter, and in turn, this boosts your joy. You get back to what matters most, your peace of mind and well-being. Self-care also allows you to be more present with others. When you're constantly running on empty, it's difficult to show up as the best version of yourself for your loved ones or in your professional life. You might feel mentally drained, physically exhausted, or emotionally depleted. This can lead to frustration, irritability, and a lack of patience, all of which can diminish your joy and affect your relationships. But when you take the time to recharge, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges with a clear mind and a compassionate heart. When you take care of yourself, you're not just benefiting yourself, you're also creating a positive impact on the people around you. You show up as a more patient, understanding, and joyful person, and that, in turn, strengthens your connections and relationships. Taking time for yourself is also important for your overall health. It's easy to get caught in the trap of thinking that self-care is about luxury or indulgence, something we only do when we have the time or money. But self-care is about nurturing yourself so that you can be healthy, strong, and resilient in all areas of your life. Prioritizing your physical well-being through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep is an essential part of taking care of yourself. Physical health and emotional well-being are deeply connected, and when you give your body the care it needs, you feel more energized, more confident, and more able to tackle the demands of daily life. Mentally, taking time for yourself can be just as restorative. Our minds are constantly processing information, dealing with stress, and managing emotions. This can create mental fatigue, anxiety, and a sense of overwhelm. Engaging in activities that allow you to clear your mind, like mindfulness, journaling, or simply resting, can help reduce stress and promote a sense of calm. When you take a break from the constant demands of the outside world, you give your mind the opportunity to reset and recover, which leads to greater clarity and joy. You're able to approach life with a fresh perspective, seeing opportunities and beauty that you might have missed in your rush. In addition to the mental and emotional benefits, taking time for yourself also cultivates a deeper sense of gratitude. When you're always on the go, it's easy to get caught up in the stress and negativity of life. But when you intentionally slow down and make time for activities that nourish you, you begin to appreciate the little things, the quiet moments, the small victories, and the simple pleasures that often go unnoticed. When you intentionally carve out time for rest and rejuvenation, you start to feel a deeper sense of fulfillment in your life. You realize that joy doesn't always come from big achievements or external success, but from the peaceful moments of self-care and self-reflection that allow you to recharge. The act of taking time for yourself is also deeply tied to self-respect. When you make self-care a priority, you send yourself the message that you're worthy of love, care, and attention. You recognize that you don't have to be constantly busy or always taking care of others to prove your value. Simply taking time to care for your own well-being is an affirmation of your worthiness. This self-respect enhances your sense of self-esteem, and as your self-worth grows, so does your ability to experience joy. Ultimately, taking time for yourself is not about being lazy or selfish. It's about creating space to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. By making self-care a regular part of your routine, you're ensuring that you have the energy, clarity, and peace to approach life with a sense of joy. You're investing in your happiness, health, and well-being, which ultimately allows you to show up more fully in all areas of your life. So make the commitment to yourself to take time for the things that recharge you, to slow down, and to care for your body and mind. When you do, you'll find that joy comes more easily and more abundantly. One of the most profound and transformative actions you can take to cultivate joy in your life is to practice kindness, not just toward others, but toward yourself as well. It's easy to overlook how powerful kindness can be when it comes to our emotional well-being. We often think of kindness as a way to make others feel good, but the truth is that when we practice kindness, we also benefit. The simple act of being kind, whether it's through a smile, a compliment, or a helping hand, can have an immense impact on how we feel on a daily basis. It not only strengthens relationships, but also builds a sense of fulfillment, peace, and most importantly, joy. Kindness is a key ingredient in creating a life that is rich in happiness and meaning. When we think of kindness, we often associate it with acts that benefit others, such as helping a neighbor, being there for a friend in need, or offering support to someone who's going through a tough time. While these are important and wonderful acts of kindness, kindness can also be something we give to ourselves. Many of us are often our harshest critics, and we judge ourselves more severely than we would ever judge anyone else. We focus on our perceived flaws, mistakes, or shortcomings, which can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, or self-doubt. But when we practice kindness toward ourselves, we begin to let go of those negative self-critical thoughts and replace them with compassion. We acknowledge that we are human and we embrace our imperfections. Just as you would comfort a friend who's struggling, you can offer that same comfort and understanding to yourself. When you give yourself permission to be kind to yourself, you open up the space for more joy and self-acceptance. The impact of kindness on joy also extends to how we treat others. Kindness has the unique ability to create a ripple effect. When you show kindness to someone, whether it's through a small gesture or a larger act, you create positive energy that often gets passed on. A simple smile or a few kind words can brighten someone's day and inspire them to do the same for someone else. The more kindness you spread, the more you contribute to a positive, uplifting environment. This environment, in turn, helps you feel more connected, more valued, and more joyful. When you witness the positive impact of your kindness, it reinforces the idea that you're making a difference, which naturally boosts your sense of fulfillment and happiness. Kindness also fosters a sense of connection. As human beings, we thrive on relationships and the bonds we form with others. When we engage in acts of kindness, we deepen our relationships with those around us. Whether it's something as simple as complimenting someone, listening to them with empathy, or offering help when it's needed, kindness strengthens the connections we share. And these connections, whether with family, friends, co-workers, or even strangers, are essential to our sense of belonging and joy. Humans are social creatures, and when we experience kindness from others or offer it in return, we feel seen, understood, and appreciated. This fosters a deeper sense of happiness because we're reminded that we are part of something greater than ourselves. In addition to improving our relationships, kindness can also help to reduce stress and promote emotional well-being. When we practice kindness, it often leads to the release of feel-good hormones like oxytocin, which help us feel more connected, calm, and at ease. Kindness can serve as a buffer against the stresses of life. It offers us a way to shift our focus from the negative to the positive, creating a mental shift that promotes joy. When you perform an act of kindness, whether big or small, you're engaging in an action that not only benefits the recipient, but also lifts your own spirits. This, in turn, helps you navigate life's challenges with a greater sense of resilience and optimism. The power of kindness lies in its ability to make the world feel a little brighter and a little warmer. In a world that can sometimes feel cold or disconnected, acts of kindness serve as reminders that love and compassion still exist. When we take the time to show kindness to others and ourselves, we contribute to creating a more joyful and harmonious world. And this world, which is shaped by kindness, ultimately becomes a source of daily joy for all of us. Ultimately, kindness is a practice that can be incorporated into every moment of our lives. It doesn't have to be grand or extraordinary. Simple acts like smiling at a stranger, offering a kind word, or even giving yourself a moment of self-compassion can make a significant difference in how you experience your day. When you make kindness a priority, it becomes easier to find joy, even in the smallest moments. It opens your heart, connects you with others, and reminds you that joy is not something that comes from external achievements or possessions, but something that is cultivated through the way we treat others and ourselves. So embrace kindness as a daily practice, and you'll find that joy flows more freely and naturally into your life.